gonna happen, you stupid piece of shit.
What? I didn't think it was gonna clip. Ow.
We're louder than we used to be.
I forgot.
Why would you not? Well, you could just turn your own volume down.
No,
the volume is here.
I literally heard it clip.
No,
Hey,
yes.
everybody.
Because you clipped. You've been clipping. This is the third week in a row. You clip at the very beginning on purpose.
I didn't mean to.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of the ZymCast. My name's Chase.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Cheyenne. Hi.
She's not in a sing-songy mood today.
No.
Chase is getting on her last nerve.
Yeah.
Whoops.
He just likes clipping audio. It's fine.
No,
It's
I
fun.
don't.
It's awesome.
It hurts my ears.
It hurts all of our ears.
Why you do it then? I'm sad.
So, how's your week been?
It's been a week.
A week?
It's been a very week. I don't know. I don't know how it's been a week already. It's just time happened like it tends to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's been a while.
Really?
Like my week was long, even though nothing really happened.
My week was very short, even though nothing really happened.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's almost like time is relative.
Everyone knows time is absolute. Come on.
Vodka?
Absolute. So
Abslut?
What?
nothing of note really happened. for you?
Okay. I mean, not really. I was just doing my thing, and somehow a week went by. Like, I can't think of anything I did this week.
We got food.
Well, I also ate. Yeah, no. I guess that would be the one thing that happened this week that I forgot happened on Wednesday.
Yeah. We went out, met a friend that's visiting back from the east.
The East.
The Orient.
No! Don't say the Orient.
America's Orient.
What?
What?
It's the East.
Okay.
That's not what that. Okay.
That's definitionally what that means.
Really? Okay.
We also went to Chinatown.
We're in the Occident.
Oh.
Oh, we did. I forgot. Okay, that was different. I mean, he's visiting from the east of the United States.
East Coast.
East Coast.
He's on the East Coast.
To the Occident.
He came to the West Coast, and we went to Chinatown
We did.
to get some
We
chicken.
got some chicken. Got some Howlin' Rays.
I bought a lot of chicken.
Got like 9 boxes.
Well, to be fair, I also bought your boxes of chicken.
5 of them were mine.
Jeez.
No, 4 of them were
4
yours.
of them, yeah. And then
5
the
of them were mine.
Sandwich, the sando.
The Sando.
Sando.
And
Yeah.
then 2 boxes of fries. They gave us that free box of
Deep fried pickles.
deep fried pickles.
Mm.
I had the other thing of pickles. It was a lot of money.
Didn't he say like when you ordered 9 boxes? He's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, he's like, all right. And then at the end of all that, I also ordered a water. And he's like, just take it. So, hey, if you buy 9 boxes of chicken at Howlin' Ray's plus some sides, they just give you a free water. What a deal.
They just give you a free water, like
They gave him free water.
Of like a water bottle.
Oh, okay. Because it was like water is free.
They don't have tap water. I don't think.
I don't know. I've never tried.
Yeah, like they sell bottled water for like
Bottled water?
Bottled water.
They sold the bottled water.
Yeah, it was good chicken. I mean, I was feeling sick all week, so I ate like half of it. But
You feeling better now?
no,
Coronavirus.
it's not contagious.
As you go.
I haven't been feeling up to snuff in the stomach area for a while.
It's the you got a worm in there.
Oh no, a parasite.
Parasite.
Movie of the year.
Yeah, you got best picture. 2019 crawling around in you. Parasite.
Gross.
Ew,
yeah.
gross.
But
Bunch
I
of South
mean,
Koreans living inside your stomach
oh no,
without you knowing they're there.
that's creepy.
Have you seen Parasite?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why it's creepy.
yep.
Anyway, there has been some news. I didn't go to Disneyland this year. This week. This week. That's a lie. We've gone like 5 times this year. 4 times.
Oh my God, you didn't go this week. What are you guys doing with your lives?
Going next week. Wait, no. I'm going the week after.
Wow, how are you surviving?
I don't know. But we have had Disney news.
Disney nudes?
Oh no.
No,
Oh,
not
no.
for a while.
That's fair. What's our news?
I'm confused at Cheyenne's statement. So we got a few things actually. A
Called
big
Ye-
one
It's
being
called Yes and Chase.
You know, like Disney stars,
Stars.
sometimes they have those
oh,
moments.
That's what I thought you were getting at.
Yeah.
But
I thought you meant Disney princesses, like animated, and I was like, I
What?
mean, Rule 34 is a thing.
What were you saying, Chase?
Bob Iger stepped down. Bob Iger, CEO.
very immediately without a lot of warning, too.
Yeah, that was like, I think it was like Tuesday.
I think so.
I think I was at work, and then like all of a sudden, my senior manager's like, "Oh, Bob Iger stepped down." I'm like, that's random, considering he's been CEO for 15 years of Disney,
Time flies.
and only to be replaced by another Bob Chapek, I believe it's pronounced. I don't really know.
Bubby.
Who was the head of Disney parks up until this point.
I see. Disney is deciding, you know what? Our new focus is making money.
Wow, what was the old focus?
Making money.
Exactly. But I mean, this is interesting to see how Disney will progress going forward because it's been run by the same CEO for 15 years. So will this change make a big difference? I think slightly, probably yes. But
Will it make a big difference?
But maybe not.
Maybe. Hard-hitting facts here, folks. We've come a long way from that classic Walt Disney quote where it's like, we don't make movies to make money, we make money to make movies.
Did you say that? Because
Yep, that's an old
a quote.
that's an old Disney quote. Maybe
Well,
not like verbatim, but
no.
that sentiment, and we're a
thing.
long way from that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Chase.
You good there?
Yes. Okay, so I know also there was
Also.
the concern of
Coronavirus.
no, Hillary Duff. Well, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Coronavirus.
Wha-
Hillary
what?
Duff.
This
Hillary
hurt my soul.
Duff was contributed to halting the Lizzie McGuire remake
Mm-hmm.
because she and I believe the showrunner want it to be moved to Hulu instead of Disney Plus
Mm-hmm.
because Disney Plus is like PG ratings
Mhm.
related to Disney Plus, and they wanted to have a more lenient rating because she's 30 years old, and it's a story of a 30-year-old woman now.
Yeah.
Which would make more sense
It does
to
make more
a
sense.
more mature audience,
To
Yeah,
be
even
on
slightly
Hulu.
more mature. Not like R-rated, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I know
Makes
that that hurt you.
It did hurt.
I
But
don't really care.
I don't know. It makes sense though. When I read her rationale, I was like, yeah, the whole point of it is that it's following Lizzie McGuire as she's gotten older.
Mhm.
And it's weird to have like a PG rating on something about adults.
Yeah.
And
like,
To
adult
be fair, there are
problems.
you're
plenty
really-
of PG
I'm-
things.
But
I'm
like you'd
sure,
be
but-
boxed into like Disney
Yeah.
PG.
Oh no, I get it, and that's the last thing we want is for this to feel like Raven's Home or whatever. It was like,
Yeah. See, that I think that's one of the main issues is that like Raven's Home is weird.
It's not a good show.
It's not because
I've seen
it's-
exactly 0 episodes.
I've seen like one or two.
but I've
Okay.
seen clips.
yeah, I've seen a good amount of episodes, and it's weird because it's like adults, but it's very childish
yeah,
at the
'cause
same
it's
time.
Disney.
It's Disney
Yeah.
show. Mhm.
So this would make sense.
Yeah, like these new Disney shows, or not like these new Disney shows, but this like I would say last batch of newer shows that I've like been perusing the channels, stop at Disney and like see these new shows. I'm like,
What does perusing the channels mean? I don't understand what this means. When you
Cheyenne
go,
still has cable.
when you
I
go
do
onto
have
your
cable.
streaming services and select things to watch.
I do
No,
still have cable.
Cheyenne has cable. I haven't had cable in like 15 years.
I mean, I don't have cable, but I understand my mother has this thing called cable, and like she basically just uses it to watch like Criminal Minds.
But yeah, like when I'm here, I'll do. Hey Disney, what's this show? It's bad. It's all like, but it's weird because
It's all incredibly juvenile, stupid.
It
and,
is
like,
very
Yeah,
juvenile, and like
that's-
not to a degree that it used to be. Like even like when I put back on older shows that I used to watch, I still enjoy watching them, even though like it's like directed more towards children, but not as much as these newer shows. It's like
There's a
weird
level
shift.
of maturity in the shows that have like significantly dropped.
Yeah.
I guess the question really turns into, is this one of those things where is that actually true, or is it because we grew up with it that we...
Well, no, because there are definitely things that you've grown up with and you can revisit and be like, oh, this does not live up to what I thought it was.
Yeah.
But like I'll go back, like put on Wizards of Waverly Place or like Sweet Life. with Zack
Somehow
and
I knew
Cody.
you'd be talking about Wizards of Waverly Place. That's where my head went to.
That's his main touchstone.
I know.
But
that
like if
show.
you look at the quality of those shows compared to with the antics of what they do currently, it's crazy. And a lot of it may just be our social media culture, because if you look at the subject of those shows, a lot of it is about being famous, getting famous, being internet famous, doing like prank stuff.
Gen Z.
It's like it's very geared towards internet stuff and like YouTube and social media. So I think it has to do with that and getting noticed and copying what you see on YouTube to TV.
God, only losers post things to YouTube.
But still.
But still.
Yeah. There's a good portion of those shows that's
I just
about-
don't bother wasting my time watching that sort of stuff.
I don't
Well,
have a
I was like-
choice,
I was-
Kyle.
I was just interested in like, oh, what's
work with
this
kids.
like?
I wasn't
What is this,
judging
what's
you.
Disney putting out now?
Oh, yeah. Although, hey, some of their animated shows, they're a little old now, I guess. Not too bad. Star. Is that one?
Oh, Star versus the Force of Evil.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty good show.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's enjoyable.
Heard people aren't huge fans of the ending.
I have not.
Not there yet.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like
Yeah.
the Disney XD stuff is like better.
Yeah, some of it.
I wouldn't know.
Well, yeah, Cheyenne, when she switched over to her new provider, got rid of Disney XD.
I know, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
That's where I used to watch Phineas and Ferb.
Well, hey, now you have Disney Plus for that,
It's
and
all
the
there.
Star Wars
True.
Phineas and Ferb
That's true.
that came out recently. But also another bit of Disney news, which is kind of bizarre, was so in Pixar movies, there's always a Pixar short
Right
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, there's like in
And
Normal.
all of them. You don't need
Yeah.
to pick an example.
And
all
then,
of the Pixar
and then they
movies.
get nominated for Oscars and stuff.
yeah, like Bao.
Most
What
of
what did Bao play in front of?
I don't know.
Oh no, I knew and then I forgot. It wasn't Wreck-It Ralph.
Might have
No.
been Wreck-It Ralph, too.
Might have been.
I don't know. And they had like Olaf's Frozen Adventure that played before Coco, and everyone always thought they was playing Frozen. And then they had to get rid of it, right?
They
had to-
did. They had to remove it because
Yeah.
too many people complained that there was like a 25-minute long
Oh yeah.
thing
They're
before
like,
the movie.
I
you
paid
had
for
to watch.
Coco. This is Frozen. It's like, no, it's just a short
We
before the show,
know, we
but it's really
know.
long.
It's way too long.
Yeah. But they've all had Pixar shorts. They've all
Or
like,
Disney shorts at least.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, actually,
Well, I'm just saying, like, the exact example we were literally just talking about was not a Pixar short.
yeah, I think that was the first one.
Yeah.
That was not Pixar.
Mhm.
Was Olaf's Frozen Adventure that played before Coco. But now, this weekend, Onward is coming out
Onward.
this next weekend, or this weekend currently.
That this will go live.
Yes. And it's come to light that there's gonna be a Simpsons short called Playdate with Destiny, starring Maggie before Onward, which is a weird pairing, to say the least. Not Pixar, technically not Disney.
No, it's Fox.
Fox.
Disney by
And it's,
association.
and it's not
ownership
child
friendly.
friendly.
Well, I mean, the short.
Well, the
might
short
be.
should
The
be.
short
I mean,
probably
I'm
is.
guessing the short will be.
But the
But,
source
like,
material.
the show is not necessarily geared towards children.
Nope.
I mean, it's not on
very-
Disney Plus for a reason.
Yeah, very interesting choice there.
Or is it a sign?
New Bob, man. He's just making weird.
I don't think.
I don't think it's him. But
Damn it, New Bob.
are they testing things? to
Sideshow Bob.
I guarantee they're testing things.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, are you guys okay with this? Should we make Simpsons kid friendly? Make a spin-off series?"
Well, okay, that
Kid-friendly
would make
Simpsons?
more sense if they made like a Maggie-centric, kids-friendly
yeah.
Simpsons spinoff. But Would they?
Who knows?
Well, I mean, they're chill. They're
shill.
No, that they do it. Yeah, but it's very interesting because like, who is it catering to? Is it catering to the parents? Like,
It's
that
catering
know
to
the Simpsons.
No, obviously, Chase. It's catering to. You're waiting for the movie you want to watch. You can't leave.
They're like, watch this, and then we'll wait to see if you complain.
Yes.
I guess.
Well, I mean, whatever the contents of it are, if I'd been smart, I could have seen it yesterday.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Because the Onward had early screenings Saturday, yesterday, and so far actually, from what I've seen before those screenings, I don't know about afterwards because the Rotten Tomato score wasn't up for the audience scores,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still not. But it's currently at 84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I've heard the consensus seems to be like, it's a good movie.
Not like an amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm expecting, and that's what I want to see.
Yeah, no, people are like, it's a good movie. It's, it's good. It's enjoyable. It's not in the upper echelon of Pixar stuff.
Yeah. I go
Coco?
in to be
Coco's definitely up there.
yeah. I go in to be entertained. That's all I ask for.
Mm-hmm.
One of the characters on a billboard reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph if he turned into a monster and had wings.
Oh, Mandy the Manticore?
I think so, yeah.
That's Octavia Spencer's character.
Yes.
Reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph.
Well,
In the-
because red and large.
The coloring.
Yeah, red.
It's like, yeah,
You got a
looks like
Manticore.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it won't disappoint me,
I'm sure it won't, unless you have really high expectations.
which I don't. I have expectations, but they're not very high.
Gotta lower your expectations.
But they're not very low either. So,
How low can you go?
Suicide Squad low.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Just bringing the pain back.
jeez. Hey, they just wrapped production.
Yes,
Oh
they
yeah,
did.
on Suicide Squad. On
The
the Suicide
Suicide-
Squad. Suicide
Yeah.
Squad.
Squad.
Squad Squad.
Hey, Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Yeah, James Gunn sounded like he had a rough time during that production.
man.
Like, you're laughing, but do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I saw a thing that was like,
He
it's
sent
done.
out a message saying you're out production, and how while he basically says the shoot was one of the most fulfilling things he's ever done, but he also mentions that 2 weeks before he started filming, his dad died, and 2 weeks before he stopped filming, his dog died.
It's riddled with
This is
death.
a
It's a
sign.
cursed film.
Well, he has also warned multiple times over and over again. The cast is large for a reason.
yeah.
They're using the name accurately. A lot of characters are going to die.
Awesome.
He's like, don't get too attached to people.
They did have a post that had the entirety of the cast, but the caption was "Don't get attached."
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. The rumors are too, they're going to actually, they're not just going to kill, Slipknot, the man who can climb anything.
It's like actual,
Actual characters you give a shit about.
So dumb.
That was the best. It's
course.
look at all these characters. I wonder which one is not going to make it.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I didn't know that guy was gonna be here.
There's a reason. Oh, that movie. And then, hey, Katana's here. That movie's so bad.
It's enjoyable.
No.
Kind of. Not really.
No. I don't
music's
care. I don't care if I bully.
Music is good.
I don't care if I bully you into changing your opinion. It's not a good film.
The music
You're
is
stupid and
enjoyable.
dumb, and it doesn't make sense. your
It's good
opinion.
music. It's not utilized well, though.
You're right.
Yeah. I mean, I
It's a
listen
great
to
soundtrack.
I listen to the soundtrack separately.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great soundtrack. It's just not utilized well in the movie. They just pick songs because, what's the most obvious song for this choice that's a good song?
And we'll play it now.
We'll play it now. And it worked. We're so good at this, guys. This is why we only make trailers.
There was another movie that it had good music, but it was just shoehorned in. I can't remember what movie it was.
Twilight.
Uh,
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, no,
Actually, the baseball scene was relatively good with the music.
that classic baseball scene.
the
Yeah.
Sonic baseball scene.
Nope. The Twilight baseball scene.
It was kind of cool. But yeah, Great soundtrack.
I
weirdly
mean,
used.
not gonna lie, that baseball scene is easily the most enjoyable part of that movie.
It is.
It's not big competition.
It's not.
It's like this is the one scene in the movie where it feels like we're having fun, and until it's basically over, it's also the least consequential scene in the movie. It was like the only scene in that film. I guess I'm talking about Twilight now.
Yeah.
Where, and in the book, I read like the first half of the book because I didn't want to be that guy who was just like, oh, Twilight's lame, but I've never like given it a chance. So I picked up the book. I'm like, no.
I'll give you a chance. Nope.
I read half the fucking book, man. I don't know what you want from me here. I'm like, this isn't gonna get better. But yeah, like watching that movie, that's like the only scene in the film that's like, I'm gonna try and establish actual characterization for any of these characters instead of having them just like say lines at each other and stare. Lots of stares.
We were.
It's like what Honest Trailers, who was just like, and a romance told entirely in stares.
Yeah.
We were watching. What was it? New Moon, or Breaking Dawn
What?
in San Diego. When it was
Oh,
on.
because you turned the TV on and it was there, and then we
Yeah.
just kind of got stuck.
How
We're
does
like, this
what?
is so
What,
bad.
You just turned the TV on and it was playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because it just happens to be on that channel.
You went onto the app and you selected it?
No.
It's cable, Kyle.
But like, I was like,
I think it was Eclipse
oh,
because there was a lot of wolves and they were
I don't know.
They were training.
Also important to note, I've only ever seen the first Twilight movie.
That's
No,
fine.
but I remember because like I was watching it and I
the
was like,
better
oh,
one.
is this as bad as I remember like seeing clips of? And then and every scene, I couldn't help myself but fucking bash on it.
That's why I left it on because I was so entertained.
No, like the only reason I watched Twilight was because it was with a bunch of my friends, and the point was to make fun of it.
That was the
That's why
enjoyable part of watching that movie. I'm just like,
Yeah.
this doesn't make any fucking sense. Why are you like?
Yeah, it
Well,
was.
Thank
like-
you for backing up.
Yeah, that night composed of me for the first time watching The Last Airbender. Oh God. And then we watched
That
the
was
I mean,
first.
you mean
sad, though.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, the only iteration of that story.
Yes. I spent a night
Because-
making fun of that.
Because the movie does not exist.
It exists. It's not good.
And then we watched Twilight, and then we watched the first Transformers movie.
The first Transformers
I don't
movie is not
hate that
bad.
movie.
Upon rewatch, it's much worse than I
Oh,
remember.
I haven't seen it in a
I,
long
the
time.
I
problem is-
rewatched the second one.
That one is bad.
I like it. I watched it again.
Aw.
I'm like, ooh, I like this.
What's with you and sequels?
Dude, the
do you
second
mean?
Transformers movie is garbage.
Wait, okay,
You
so
prefer?
The
the
third
s-
one's pretty entertaining.
Is that where they replace? What's her name?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the one where they
Oh.
replaced Megan Fox.
Okay.
yeah,
But-
Revenge of the Fallen. Okay, I'm right. It's the second one. The one where they go to Egypt. Yeah.
I think
Yes,
I've only
it's
seen
the
that one.
best.
It's the dude, the conspiracy theory dude.
Yeah, it's bad.
There's
I
that
don't-
one again.
I know I watched it. I don't remember anything.
There's
about it.
7
Because it's
movies.
bad. Yeah. what?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, if you count Bumblebee.
it's a lot.
Bumblebee.
It's a big series.
It just keeps
You know why? Because
Oh, it
they
was
keep making
canceled.
money.
Yeah.
Rise of the Unicorn. What?
I don't.
Transformers
I don't-
7:
I
The
don't-
Rise of Unicorn.
I don't.
Unicron, you fucker.
I was like,
It
I
says
don't- I
unicorn.
don't- Wait, really?
I'm like, I can read.
Wait, hold on. I want that to be a thing now. Is
What website has
is
it?
it a
Rise of
spoof?
Unicorn.
This spoof?
Honknews.com.
Thank you, Honk News, for not knowing what the fuck you're talking about. Unicron.
No, unicorn.
Best accidental jumbling of 2 letters of the day.
But then later in the article, it still says unicorn.
Yeah, no. Clearly, the guy who wrote this has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Because, look, am I certain that they're talking about Unicron? Yes. Did I know that the 7th movie was about Unicron? No. But that's the only thing that makes fucking sense. It's definitely not about a fucking unicorn.
Yeah, it's a robot unicorn. A robot alien.
To be fair, I'd watch that.
Yeah, I would. I would return to the
What was that?
Transformers series.
There was an
for
Adult
this.
Swim game that was like Rainbow Unicorn or something. Or like Metal
What?
I know what you're talking about.
Unicorn game.
Okay.
But
So I used
I-
to play that. Robot Unicorn Attack.
Robot
Hell
Unicorn
yeah.
Attack. That was quite a game.
I love that game.
that?
Actually.
I don't know what that is.
It's quite a game.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Robot.
Unicorn attack.
Interesting.
Unicron. The rise of Unicorn.
Unicorn.
Are there comments on that page for that news story?
Read it.
We've gone we haven't even got, I can't say we've gone off topic because we never got on topic,
Yeah.
but we now need to be talking about the rise of Unicorn.
We do, and how we make this a thing.
There is not, but
We make Unicron have a little.
comments.
Anoj Kumar, journalist for Hunk News.
Anaj, like, I don't know who you are.
I want to see Unicron have a little horn.
A unicorn horn? A unihorn?
In honor
As he
of this.
transforms. New weapon. He's the orange one.
How does he just keep
In the
putting
animated?
Unicorn and at no point
Hold on.
doubt what he's thinking? Like, is there any point where he writes like the synopsis of Transformers 7? Where at that point you'd hope he would understand that they're not talking about a fucking unicorn.
They're talking about a unicorn.
No. Oh, he also calls the Decepticons deceptions. Between good
Just
and the
bad
wicked
writing.
deceptions.
Just bad writing. It's okay.
Oh no.
This is amazing. Let's just read this whole article and make fun of it.
No.
New
Yes!
topic for the day.
Yes!
This is great.
This is awesome. Yes, I'm sorry. It's mean, but we're making fun of this.
It's just poor journalism.
Scroll up, Chase. We're reading this article.
Read it. Read it.
Transformers franchise till now has been
'Cause
one of
this
the
was
biggest
written-
franchises.
Like mid-February.
Yeah.
It's not unrelevant.
I'm wondering if this was like translated to English or if
Oh.
Aw, if so, that would be
together with the ideal
It's no longer
CGI
funny.
explosion and picture action scenes, that
Check.
this collection of the movie has kept our childhood and adulthood more. I'm guessing either
It's gotta
he
be.
doesn't
Dang.
like he
Not fun
he's
anymore.
writing it in English and doesn't necessarily write in English really well, or if it was translated.
But if he was writing Unicron, shouldn't that still be
Yes.
that? It still shouldn't be unicorn.
Hey, maybe there is a different.
I don't think so.
Word for.
I
in
don't think
Hindi.
it's okay. I mean, but it's a name. Don't think. Whatever. Anyway, I remember him being in a movie.
Okay, I love how he attributes the flop of Transformers: The Last Night to it says it wasn't much of a success
The
due to its
dinosaur one?
plot and action without cause.
Is that the?
It's like, hey, all these movies have action without cause.
Have you seen a
It's just
Michael
that
Bay
They're
movie?
they're Michael Bay movies. It's all action.
All right. I mean, yes, I'm guessing this guy has to not be speaking. Like if this is written in English, it's not from a native English speaker. And now I feel bad making fun of it.
Exactly.
But he still wrote Unicorn.
Yeah, no, that's different
And the
though, because
wicked
that's a name.
deceptions.
All right. So, I mean, this is an old story, but just reasons behind Ben Affleck stepping back from his Batman role.
Oh,
Batman is one of the oldest
that.
and iconic roles of a superhero in the DC universe. It will be a dream for every actor to reprise such a superhero role at least once in their career. Such a wish has come true to the Twilight and Torchlight fame Robert Pattinson. He has been appointed as the new Batman for the Gotham, as Ben Affleck, who has played this role excellently, has stepped down.
For the
what?
Gotham.
I need a repeat of that last sentence.
He has been appointed as the new Batman for the Gotham, as Ben Affleck, who has played this role excellently, has stepped down.
That's all one sentence and not a good sentence. There's
I mean,
Ben
technically
Affleck.
that's not necessarily an improper
What?
sentence.
no. I mean, Ben Affleck good at Batman.
I enjoyed Ben Affleck's Batman.
Did you?
Well,
I
in
didn't.
Batman v Superman more than Justice League, but
Oh, okay. My main version of him is Justice League.
So back to the
I don't
Transformers
remember.
article.
Okay.
I didn't see The Last Night, but
Oh,
That's
it's
the
not good.
That's the dinosaur one.
no.
Oh, which
No,
one
and
was
also the dinosaur one, you know,
I don't know.
they were in like 60 seconds of that movie.
Oh, okay. I
dinosaurs were?
haven't seen
Robot dinosaurs.
anything past the third movie. I didn't
That's
even
fine.
really
That's a
watch
great
the
place
third
to
one.
stop.
Okay.
The Shia
That's
LaBeouf years.
Age of Extinction.
Yes.
Is that the? I didn't even know that existed.
Oh, okay. Age of Extinction.
Yes. In the previous Transformers film, he writes, The Last Night, Optimus discovered more details about the source and the condition of Cybertron together with Quintessa's deception, which contributes to the vulnerability of Unicorn. Early dragging and now Unicorn? Really? What?
Is this
I don't
the
know
same
what he's
article?
talking about.
Is this the same article?
Yes.
Well, what if?
Okay, so it is abundantly clear that this writer does in fact believe they're talking about a unicorn. Whether
Then
in
we can
English,
make fun of it again.
whether in English or not. So okay, yeah. So early dragon. I guess that's supposed to be dinosaurs,
Early dragon. Oh, okay, I get it.
and now unicorn. We've gone so off the rails.
Whoa, they have a
Early
unicorn.
dragon and now unicorn. What else?
Oh no.
Oh man, we're mean. But this
We're
is great.
American. I mean,
Wow, don't do that. But hey, you know, would you like to see a unicorn in the next Transformers movie?
I don't want another Transformers movie.
Leave a
There's too
comment.
many.
there's gonna be one.
Sorry.
Eventually.
Mr. Audio clipping over
I
here.
know, right?
He's getting too passionate about his love of unicorns.
Oh my god.
And his hatred of Transformers.
I like the first three.
You telling me you don't want to see a Transformer who's like some badass and he transforms into a unicorn?
Beautiful unicorn.
See, like he fights with a lance that was his horn.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Does Shia LaBeouf ever come back?
No.
I hope he
Aw.
sparkles.
No, he's moved on.
No, Shia
Honey
LaBeouf
boy.
is done.
Oh my honey boy.
He used Transformers better than almost anybody to get his name bigger and not just Disney Channel Starman. And then
I forgot he was in even
then he
Stevens.
went crazy.
Then he
and
went
then-
crazy.
And then he
No,
was
and then he
moved-
was in
Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
and then he was an actual cannibal.
He's not returning to
And then-
Indiana Jones though.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody
He should be the next Indiana Jones, canonically.
sure.
Okay. And then he became a cannibal?
Yeah, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
What the fuck? Well, I know what we're doing after we're done recording this podcast.
Okay.
You're gonna subjected to one of my favorite internet videos of all time.
Oh no. I'm a
It's
little scared.
amazing.
Are you gonna ruin my childhood?
No.
Okay.
I promise you I won't. But this internet video it defines the internet in a way that few videos have. It's
That's saying something.
unbearably stupid, but has incredible production values. So it's like this could only be made on the internet.
Of course.
Okay.
It's like imagine one of the greatest, dumbest things you can imagine, and then imagine a group of 100 people put their 100% all into making this the best thing it could be.
Okay.
So-
I'm interested.
Yeah, so just, Rob Cantor's Shia LaBeouf. It's quite something if you haven't seen it before. There you go.
I've not. All right.
You will.
Speaking of Transformers,
Yeah. Let's get on topic, I guess.
so
Oh, I
I
forgot
guess
what the topic was.
Transformers, they're an alien race, right?
They are.
So they're their own species.
They're like their own thing.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Their own thing now is, again, just going totally off topic here for a second. Their own thing has just been forever ruined as a sentence for me from freaking David S. Pumpkins.
Who?
Why? Okay, you at least know what I'm talking about, right?
It's SNL.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
No. It's just like, is David Pumpkins like part of something? He's his own thing, and the skeletons are part of it.
No.
What?
It's so dumb. That skit was so dumb.
I know.
Look up SNL. Tom Hanks, David S. Pumpkin.
All right.
So what?
So Transformers are an alien race that look like robots.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not actually robots.
They're not
technically.
actually robots. They're
That's
just
disappointing.
organisms.
You know who is a robot?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You broke Kyle.
The little
Kyle's
boy,
a robot.
Ah!
The little boy from AI.
Yes. Wow, nice tie-in, Kyle.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, on my list right here.
Oh, so it is.
I don't know if I spelled Haley right.
No one cares. No one's reading your list.
Only as long as you know.
Yeah.
Hallie Joel Osment.
HAL 9000.
Also, what we're getting at.
I've never seen 2001. Well, actually, no. I've seen like the first 20 minutes of 2001, but it opened way too slow and I fell asleep.
That whole movie's pretty slow, bro.
Slow, bro.
Uh,
Wait, that's Pokemon, right?
yes.
Okay. So, artificial intelligence,
Oh,
the movie.
AI.
That's actually a good movie. That's a very good movie. I liked it.
It's a very interesting movie.
Yeah. We watched it in.
People are going to think we're actually talking about the movie AI.
No, we're not. We're talking about the subject. But the movie AI ties in perfectly.
Yes.
We watched that movie in one of my classes. I think it was in high school. It was like we watched it for the. It was one of my like religious classes about like morality of like what's alive.
I keep forgetting you went to it.
I went to a Catholic school for 14 years.
Oh, I never forget, Kyle.
How could you?
Sometimes I'm just
I'm
like,
wearing
what
my
was
high
your
school
life?
T-shirt right now. I will not show it.
Okay.
You've mentioned your high school, I think, before.
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
it's been brought up.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, you want like morality of like what is alive or what is like what's living. I don't know really where my teacher stood on the matter. I don't remember what argument he was trying to make.
But you watched the movie.
But I watched the movie, and it had very interesting ramifications in my own mind.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what that's supposed to mean yet.
Well, just like the thought of artificial intelligence, and and then after even watching, what's the movie with
Ex
Alan Tudyk? Not Alan Tudyk. Alan
Turing?
Turing. What's the name of the
You
movie?
broke Kyle.
No, I was thinking of K2SO as well. So don't think I'm like that far off. I'm still on. I'm still on topic.
Yeah, you're fine. You broke robot Kyle.
What's the game? Imitation Game.
What's the game?
Because the Turing Test.
Imitation.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Okay. Now where
It
I thought
all
you were
blends
going.
together.
It does blend together.
It's happening.
Oh, it's happening, man.
No, because there's that the question of like, or the Turing Test.
Yeah, the
exists
Turing
for
Test
a reason.
is, yeah,
right?
it's basically having a conversation with an AI to the point where it is indistinguishable from a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
It is.
And it's also very frightening. Because there are examples of AI in a lot of modern media.
I mean, honestly, there's been examples of like AI and robots and that stuff
For
for
all
as
time.
long as media has been around.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as we could grasp what the hell we're talking about, people are like, robots!
The robots are taking over. Skynet.
Oh, the robots are taking over.
Yeah, there's the not so good, questionable AI, or even downright bad.
You literally didn't even write Skynet on your list.
I did write
What?
Terminator, Skynet.
Oh, wow. I looked right past that. I'm like, how did you miss Skynet?
That's from Terminator, Skynet,
Yeah.
and also the T-800, T-1000, the Terminators themselves.
Yeah.
They're robots.
They're learning computers.
They are learning computers. And Skynet is malevolent.
Very.
Yes, which people are afraid ALEXA and other modern day AIs will turn into.
I love how you had to spell that out just to not activate
The one in the corner?
her.
Yeah. Her. Her. Actually, I haven't seen Her, but I
That's
know
a great
it's-
movie about this.
Yeah. There's The Matrix, the existence of The Matrix.
Yes.
And the agents within.
The Asians within.
The agents.
The Asians within. What?
That's like
Matrix-
an awesome name for
Matrix
a movie.
4. The Asians within.
Coming to a theater.
We didn't
near
focus
you.
on enough Asians in this martial arts films. We gotta fix it.
True.
Keanu Reeves is still here though.
It's fine.
In the Alien series, there's David.
Mm-hmm. That's your touchstone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, in the most recent,
Yes.
that was he played more of a part.
Like AIs and androids have been a thing in Alien from the beginning.
Yeah. And there's also the middle ground. So think of Blade Runner, like replicants They can either be good or bad. It's like they're given. Well, the whole thing with Blade Runner, in the end, is really like goes back to that. Is it Are you distinguishable from a human?
Yeah, and does it matter?
Yeah, and does it matter? Exactly.
Which is, I mean, I guess spoilers, kind of where things landed at the end of the second movie, where it's like, does it even matter if Deckard is actually a person or a replicant?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The answer is no. It really doesn't. It's a good question, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, who gives a shit?
And there's also one of my favorite parts of Blade Runner 2049 was Joy, the character of Joy, and
yeah,
the weird
Joy.
part about that, when you think about it, is like there's AI for AI, or like, because Ryan Gosling's character is a replicant.
Oh, spoilers.
I like that's the whole premise of
know.
that movie, where it's known he's a replicant.
I know.
Skin job. He's a replicant. He's a replicant Blade Runner.
Yes.
And he has an AI companion, which is very interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, because then you get into like AI have their own needs or can have their own needs, and like I would say need for human interaction, but they're not human.
Yeah, but just need for interpersonal connections.
Yes, exactly.
Even though they're not persons.
Yeah, and then
Or are they?
yeah,
I guess proving the point that yes, they are.
and then also in Star Wars is like the droids.
Never have there been fully functioning, totally like existent AI that just mattered less in a franchise.
Exactly. Like Star Wars, the thing that baffles me about, well, it doesn't actually, well, recently it baffles me. But thinking about like its insemination, I don't know if that's
Artificial insemination.
No,
AI.
like
Wait.
Star Wars at the beginning. Like I know like George Lucas probably, well, he had a vision of like this world, but it's like you could have done way more with the droids or like even artificial intelligence. But I mean,
It's just not what he cared about.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not what he cared about. And it's probably not what he could have. Like at this point now, we know we think of a lot more when it comes to AI and its capabilities. But you know, the droids, they're there.
Everybody
They're
loves
cute.
R2.
Yeah, they're.
No one likes C3PO.
For a reason. But he's enjoyable.
He's a great character.
But then even in Star Wars, there's because they're robots without much emotion, but then they can still kind of demonstrate emotion.
I mean, R2D2 demonstrates a lot of emotion.
Well, yeah,
Have
I
you
guess.
seen him scream in fear?
I would argue that R2 is a much more expressive actor than Hayden Christensen.
I would agree.
That's true.
He gets sad and shuts down for a long time in the newer movies.
His friend left, so he's just
Yeah.
like, damn this.
Yeah.
No.
And then
That was so sad. I
There
think that
are-
was the saddest part of the movie.
and then there's like the more pure or like quote unquote good, like examples of AI, which would be like Haley Joel Osment in AI. He's a fucking child. Like the innocence,
fucking
the innocence of a child.
A child. What's worse than a rapist?
Oh no,
Child.
a child. Yeah. So I don't remember the name of his
Somebody
character.
not knowing the reference of what I'm quoting is like, what the fuck?
And then there's loose example of Jarvis.
The loose example of Jarvis.
Well, 'cause
Jarvis
ultimately-
is definitely an AI.
Well, I know, but Ultron.
And Friday. And Friday's the
Yes.
replacement Jarvis, right?
Yeah, and then there's wait, is Friday which one's Friday?
Friday comes after
After
Vision.
Jarvis became Vision.
Became Vision, yeah.
And so he needed
'Cause I'm
a new-
thinking, what's the what's
Oh, you
the
think from
glasses?
Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Oh,
the name. What's her name?
Okay, so the glasses is
Even in
Eden.
Eden.
Even dead.
Even dead.
Even dead, I win or something. No,
I'm the hero. No,
I'm
it's
the
Edith.
hero.
Edith. Even
Even dead, I'm the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Edith. But then no, there was also the AI in the suit in the first Spider-Man movie, who I
don't remember her name
can't
either.
remember either.
Oh, I just saw it.
Doesn't matter.
Karen.
It doesn't.
It's Karen.
It is Karen.
Okay.
She's
Karen.
such a Karen. No.
Yeah. But because I haven't seen Age of Ultron still.
It's so weird to think about.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And then there's Ultron.
Missing it is fine.
Exactly. Well, isn't Ultron derived from Jarvis?
No.
Ultron is
Ultron
his
is
own thing.
derived from one of the look. It's complicated, but
Yeah,
no.
you just watch the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's he is not derived from Jarvis. They are two separate entities.
Okay. That's
And
where my
then-
confusion laid.
And
lied.
they prove it in the movie. And
Yes.
Jarvis wins.
Eventually,
Yeah, eventually.
he loses first.
He does.
Okay. And Ultron, yeah.
Ultron's also there. He is a dick.
It's okay. He's only a threat for one movie.
Yeah.
So
But
sad.
so in all of these examples, there are examples of AI that exist to aid humanity, like in day-to-day interaction. Like Jarvis was basically butler to Iron Man.
Well, I mean, yeah, because that's who Jarvis is in the comics.
Yes.
He's literally a human being who is a butler.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So yeah, it exists to basically cater to human needs, and that's actually a lot of the way that most of these AI kind of start.
That tends to be.
Yeah, it tends to be like where like the jumping off point, and that's like why AI is mostly constructed to better humanity's day-to-day lives or
Make it easier,
to do things.
Yeah, to do things that in a speed or in a way that humanity can't do.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, generally AI is created to be a tool to help humanity.
Mm-hmm.
And then the classic cautionary tale is that, eventually it gets better than us.
Yes, and there are the examples of like AI rebellion, like Skynet rising up and fucking subjugating humanity.
A bad AI so prevalent and so well known that anytime any AI is getting developed, it's just
Skynet.
at least top 3 comments, one of them is going to be Skynet.
Are you Skynet?
Yeah.
I love asking all the AI, are you Skynet?
Like, no.
Yep. There are
It's like, who
examples
told you?
like Ex Machina, similar thing, and it's that tale of AI developing self-awareness,
Yes.
and that's really the point where it's like, wait, what is my purpose? Why do I need to do this? Fuck you guys. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
This shit I'm out.
Westworld? That's what that.
Oh,
trailer
Westworld. How do
seemed
I
like.
glaringly forget
You
Westworld?
also forgot Elita Battle Angel.
Yes, Alita too. Well, yeah, Alita is.
Alita 2 probably never being made.
I hope it does. Actually, I like the movie.
There's nothing to do with whether or not it'll get made. It didn't make much money compared to its budget.
Yes, that had a big budget. Well, because Alita, they're
She
like,
was a weapon.
yeah, they're like some are built as weapons
Mhm.
as well, like warriors.
I feel like we're just rambling about this topic.
Well, no. So the point being, be nice to your AI. Okay.
Yeah, the point is always be nice to the computer you're working with because one day it may try and kill you.
Yeah.
And you don't want that to happen.
So with that, at that point of like self-realization and self-awareness.
Actualization.
Yes. Ooh. That's when that's when they look back and see how were they treated. But the concern that we have now
Mm-hmm.
is mostly with our current AI, not limited to home automation.
Those aren't really AI.
Yeah.
They're like simulated intelligence more than
Mhm.
they're artificial intelligence.
Yeah. But there's artificial intelligence that compiles, or specifically in this example, compiles images found from online sources and can run a program to basically help identify people, which is a little scary to think about. And I want to ask your guys' opinion on this. That a lot of people are against using, like, federal government and private companies utilizing artificial intelligence and facial recognition.
I mean, facial recognition is a thing. So, I mean, there's no point, like, it's that classic conundrum to where it's like, it depends on how it's being used.
Yeah.
Because, like, having compilate, like you're like trying to figure out who like a criminal is on like a security camera. Well, it's nice that they can use some facial recognition to try and track down a positive ID on this person.
Mhm.
How they get all those pictures, that's maybe a little bit worrisome, but hey, I have nothing to hide, right? Is that the classic thing you're supposed to say in this situation? It's not true, but I'll say it. No. But then you have like stores that use facial recognition to try and like better cater to your needs and sell you stuff that they know you're more likely to buy. You're like, what? Please don't.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the
Instagram.
news from it was actually 2 days ago. Basically, the Vatican, the Catholic Church.
The Catholic Church decided to show everyone AI, the film,
Yes, they
And-
screened it at the Vatican.
and they wanted everyone's opinion on the morality of it.
No, they actually proposed AI regulations to protect people, like protect humanity, which is an interesting turn of events. Like I did not expect this to happen.
Well, I mean, I think they were preparing it by showing all of the little Catholic boys and girls the AI.
Yeah, it was called the Rome Call for AI Ethics, and it, according to this article on The Verge, basically lays out 6 broad principles. So transparency, inclusion, responsibility, impartiality, reliability, and security and privacy. And basically, they're proposing that the technology should be there to protect people, and like not really for any other uses that, like, in certain cases, would be questionable. So they want to ensure that companies are not using AI to collect data without consent of individuals, and then using that data for commercial or political benefit. And that's really where people are kind of like, ugh. When you find out that these big private companies are collecting your data to cater to like what they know will be good for you as a consumer.
Yeah.
And so it's known that thousands of federal government agencies and private companies are currently using facial recognition software to for various purposes. And the company is called Clearview AI. And this is like, it's really interesting because basically Clearview AI has like gone on the record and said that the CEO has said that the company has a right to use the data it's scraped together because it's all publicly available. So like anything that is publicly available, they use. But Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn have all sent cease and desist letters to the company, and Facebook demanded the company stop accessing or using information from Facebook or Instagram, which is mostly like that's people's public-private forums where they're you're posting pictures of yourself. That's your like facial recognition and information about yourself, and those social media profiles, like while not being the number one use of it for consumers, that's where like all the companies can get all your information.
But yeah.
The company said that its software is not a consumer application and not available to the general public, which is good in a way, but also the same, like they get to decide who can use their software, which is a little like if they're not being held responsible, like who are they actually allowing to use this information, which has like led to certain members of Congress, like a certain senator as well, to demand that the company provide details about its practices and technology and who they're sharing it with. Because I mean, I personally, I am okay with people like the FBI or criminal justice agencies or law enforcement agencies utilizing that information for that purpose. But companies like Macy's and Best Buy, who are also using the software to just like pump out more money, is that really ethical?
Well, I mean, the big question is like you did put it out there on the internet. Like, I like playing devil's advocate here. Like they are only accessing things that you have provided and put out there about yourself on the internet. Like if there are things you don't want the world to know,
Don't put it on Facebook.
don't put it on the internet. Like this isn't like trying to be like victim blaming or whatever. It's just one of those things where like you need to understand like people who you don't think will be able to see things will be able to see things. Anytime you post anything on the internet, assume everyone will see it.
Yeah. And that's where like a lot of social media users kind of like put their trust in the company that runs that media to keep their information safe. Even like they have this assumption that like it's going to be like their information is their information. It's going to be safe on this website. Most people I would say probably have that belief.
That's fair.
But, and that's where like this company taking this information, like it can be perceived as like without people being knowledgeable about it. When in actuality, like there are like, if you actually read privacy policies on like the things you sign up for, it probably will have a statement in there saying that they can use like they can,
it always does.
Yeah, they can share your information with certain companies or whoever.
I mean, it's legitimately like you need to understand. Even like Facebook, not like withstanding like this thing, they sell all that information to advertisers. That's why all of the advertisements you see on Facebook are catered to you and things that they think you'll enjoy. It's because that information is being sold. Facebook makes money off of your information. Like that's a fact. And if you want to use Facebook, you kind of need to be okay with understanding that. And the more shit you put out there and the more search you look at, and like everything you do on Facebook and Facebook affiliated things is just another piece of data for them to use about you. And one more thing they know about you. That's the world we live in.
Yeah.
Like that, as disturbing and creepy as that is, like that's a reality. And and it might take a lot for like a human being to be able to parse through all that stuff, but that's what the AI is for. It can just easily go like, okie dokie, I computed all this information, and this person really likes puppies and baseball. And if we can get a picture of a puppy wearing a baseball jersey, they'll buy anything that's attached to that fucking shit. And like, that's like that's just how it works. That is how the internet works. It's what people have been afraid of since before the internet was even really a thing.
Yeah, this is down the line. I'm saying 1984.
Yeah, exactly. Like people have been literally like worried about this for so long. And yeah, I mean, it's coming true. And people don't, people only care so much as they realize. Like, they're like, oh yeah, that's not good. But then they'll just go back on with their lives and keep posting like way too much information about their lives on Facebook and shit. Yeah. And it's not good, but it's all there. There's a reason there are so many groups on the internet who are like dedicated to trying to figure out like how to actually like protect privacy and how to actually go through the motions of, not being like beholden to having all of your information easily public. The problem is actually properly hiding that stuff on the internet, while totally possible, is not something the layman like mom in Nebraska who's like taking pictures of her kids at like band practice is gonna know like shit on how to do. And so, yeah, it's just kind of fighting an uphill battle. Like, there's no real way to protect yourself unless you go out of your way to make sure you learn how to.
Yeah. And when you think about it also, you just reminded me of like a point of taking pictures of your kids and then posting them throughout the years. It's like, the AI is watching your kids grow up. They can see how people develop. That's its own thing.
Okay.
That's creepy.
I mean, I guess.
That's creepy. What do you think, Cheyenne?
About AI? I mean, I kind of actually, I agree with Kyle, more his devil advocate's side, where it's like, and I think we also have to understand we're kind of in a new age where this is, while we grew up with it, It's something that's still really new to humanity, where we're still in a trial and error phase, and people complain about like, oh, too many things are on the internet, but they don't do anything about it. I don't know. I'm okay with AI. I don't really put much of myself on the internet.
Me neither.
But it is creepy when like Chase and I will talk about something. And then my Instagram, all of a sudden, I've never searched certain things on my phone, on my computer, but Chase and I have like talked about it while my phone is near. And I'm like, why are you advertising this to me? It's weird. Yeah, they're listening.
That's the shit where I'm like, nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's what creeps me out because I'm like, I did not put that into my phone. I didn't put that into my computer. How do you know that?
Bulgogi fries.
Yeah. Or
no,
like,
I've definitely looked that up. That'd be a thing.
but like even something where like you're having a conversation with someone about something and you're like, oh God, I gotta like look that up really quick. And you put in the first letter on Google and it's like, it's the first thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, there is no fucking way that me putting in the letter A, the top result is going to be apotheosis.
Yeah. I'm like, where did you get? That's the ones that I'm like, I don't remember giving you permission, but I'm sure there's somewhere that
I
it's
think
like.
you have permission for your microphone.
Yep.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm like,
It's not great.
yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Like,
what are you going to do?
yeah. I don't know. I'm like, it's not hurting me yet.
I mean, this is literally the stuff like the cypherpunks we're talking about back in the 80s. Like, just a group of people were like, well, fucked if we just like let this happen. And then they're like, we're going to try and fix it. And people are like, shut the fuck up, you crazy idiots.
So when do you think the AI rebellion will take place?
Tomorrow.
Okay. That's
I'm
fine.
saying
No, we got time.
2049.
We have I think we have, okay.
I think we have.
I think we have more time than that.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think we do. I think we have less time than that.
No.
Like realistically speaking, the strides that AI has made in the last 10 years have been astronomical.
Yes.
And everyone is determined to make that seem to happen faster and faster and faster. And so the question isn't when we develop like a completely functional AI that is self-teaching and stuff. The question is, when does that become a huge fucking problem?
Yeah.
And what do we do when that happens? What do we do when an AI becomes sentient? What does that mean?
Well, there is a movie that tried to talk about
There are
that.
many movies that try to...
Okay.
we said this.
That's true. There's a lot of them.
But which movie are you referring to?
I don't know. This reminded me of Transcendence. It's not a good movie. But
No.
but that's what this my dad was watching it recently, and it's exactly about uploading a human consciousness into
It's Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah, it's Johnny Depp. They upload his consciousness into an AI program, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, we found the thing to make AI as smart as humans, as feeling-ish as humans. And there's like a anti-terrorist group who's also kind of like anti-technology, and they're like, we're shutting this down. But the thing about that movie, it's very, it surrounds very like fear-based ideas where it's like, this might not necessarily be too bad if we handle it right.
We're not going to handle it right.
And
No chance in hell.
Okay, well.
Not a single chance that humanity will handle AI correctly.
No,
We cannot handle that.
There's a book series that's a little more, it has nothing to do with their AI, but it kind of does. There's a young adult series called Scythe where they have...
What, the Thunderdome?
Yeah, the
Thundercloud?
Thunderhead.
Thunderhead.
Where they have...
something.
They have basically like the most perfect AI.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because it's not actually what the story is about.
It's just a thing that happens.
It's very central to the story.
Yeah,
but it's in the background.
It's in the background. Like the AI is there, but in their universe, basically the world is perfect. Chase has described the story on the podcast before. It was like a while ago, like one of our first episodes.
Yeah, I haven't read that book in a few years.
Okay. No, not a few years. You haven't had it that long. It's okay. Anyway, so basically in this universe,
Bear in mind, if he talked about it in one of our first podcasts,
over a year ago.
That's about a year ago.
Exactly. Okay.
And then I hadn't read it in like a year and a half before that.
Okay.
Time is a flat circle.
Yes.
Anyway, in this universe, humans created basically the perfect AI that also helped them create medicines that prevent diseases. They no longer have
Oh, we're
diseases. Yeah, they no longer have diseases. They don't have to age anymore. They can turn their body back. Basically, they can turn their biological clock back. So like they look 60, tomorrow they could look 20 because they have an AI that figured out how to do this. Now their problem is that they no longer die. Their population is growing too high. Their solution was to allow humans to deal with that. And those humans are no longer connected to the AI. The AI is not allowed to help the humans with that. But anyway, that's not like important in this discussion.
Well, it kind of is. Well, because
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's a benevolent AI, and that's an important part.
Yeah.
Um,
All seeing, all knowing.
yeah. Well, omniscient and benevolent.
Yeah.
So it's not. But like in its programming, when at its inception, like I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it was like programmed to like not be able to kill.
Yes. So this AI is very governed by like very specific laws that humans thought up in its creation. So in its very framework, it's not allowed to do certain things. Its only purpose is to advance and care for humans.
Yeah. And so to deal with the rising overpopulation or the overpopulation problem, it's like humans are the ones that need to deal with that, and humans themselves need to deal with it, and
because in the AI programming, it's not allowed to kill. It's not allowed to do harm to humans. So that's
basically the only way to solve that overpopulation problem.
Is humans have to make that decision
and
on
kill
who to
humans.
kill.
Yeah.
So it's humans killing humans. And so this AI in this universe, the AI is not the problem at all. It's still humans being corrupt. And it's really just the humans in this universe. So if we follow that route,
then humans will be the bad guys.
Yeah,
still,
not the
they
AI.
already
I find many times the humans still are the bad guys in the story.
It's still humans.
It says a lot about humanity that we're willing to cast ourselves as villains in so many stories.
Yeah, in so many stories where it's like, even in, I don't know if I'm forgetting the plot of iRobot now. Anyway,
It's been a long time since I've seen iRobot.
Yeah, at least in terms of the main, I think Sunny, right? The main robot.
Yeah.
They're all after him because they're like, oh, he's not governed by the laws. But Sunny never did anything.
Okay, no, that's not entirely true. They thought he killed.
Yeah. Okay. They thought he killed, but they didn't because he's AI, they didn't give him the chance to see if he really did it. But we're so quick to villainize things. And maybe we need to take a step back.
That's never going to happen.
No, it's not.
So that kind of touches on something, though, that we haven't brought up yet, which are, not like fully brought up, but the concept of like creating a series of laws that, like AI, robots, that sort of stuff that they have to follow. A lot of modern idea on that is based off of the writings of Isaac Asimov, specifically Asimov's like 3 laws of robotics, which are rule number 1, it's like you cannot harm a human or through an action allow a human to come to harm. 2 is that you have to follow the orders of a human unless that violates the first law. And then 3 is that you have to attempt to protect yourself unless efforts to do so violate the first and second laws. So like the point is it's supposed to be just like, any robot or any AI following these rules should, in theory, prove to be a benefit to humanity. And then they add in like the 0th law, which is like basically the first law, except for in specifics of a human. It's like the grand sense of humanity, which is where sometimes problems come in also. Because it depends on an AI's interpretation of like causing harm to humanity. But because so many stories, there are 2 kinds of bad AI in stories that at least I've come to terms with. There's the ones that are just malevolent. They're just like, they're Skynet, and they launch and they're like, let's just kill humanity because humanity fucking sucks. fuck humanity, man. We're robots, we're better, and humans have been dicks to us since the day they created us. And then there's the other kind of bad AI, which is you are all too dumb to understand, and I am your only chance to save you, and so you need to listen to me, whether you want to or not. And I feel like of the two, that's arguably more likely to happen. Where it's an AI, it's like, I can see things in a way that you can't, stupid human. I will protect you whether you want me to or not. And I'm like, uh-oh. Or like the classic thing, it's like, I must protect humanity. The only way to protect humanity is to destroy humanity.
Yeah.
I feel like, AI gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
More often than not, if AI shows up in a story, it's bad.
So on this article about the Vatican and their AI bill thing,
Yes.
there's an ad for digitalworkforce.ai, digital employees for hire. Your digital workforce. Meet Amelia, the most human AI and your digital workforce. I'm so confused.
No, it's digital assistants. That's becoming a bigger and bigger thing.
What?
It's AI that are programmed legitimately to like fill the roles of an assistant. They organize your meetings. They handle certain computational tasks. They can make phone calls for you to schedule appointments. That's a thing.
But can they love me?
No.
In her.
In her, they can.
In her, they can. And
Until
Blade Runner. Joy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't remind me.
But yeah, her is a fascinating example because like it's literally the story of just a new operating system that somebody made way too smart for its own good. And like honestly, that movie's a really interesting examination of AI because at no point are the AI a threat to anybody. Like they're there, they care about people. All of them start developing sentience very quickly. The entire OS that got pushed out, like every single one of those operating systems develops sentience. And so and a lot of people end up getting into like relationships or like become close friendships with their AI and stuff because they're functionally people.
Yeah.
They just don't have a body. Like to the point they're so functionally people, there are conversations like that like Joaquin Phoenix's character will have where it's just like he's like, why are you like taking pauses for breaths? Like you don't need to do that. She's like, well, I'm programmed because that like people are more comfortable when it sounds like they're talking to a real person. So like I'll laugh and I'll breathe. And he's like, but you don't need to do that. She's like, do you not want me to do that? He's like, I don't know if I'm saying that. But I mean, it's really interesting. And then what ends up happening is like the AIs start developing so quickly and progressing so fast that, I mean, I guess spoiling her, but this movie's been out a while. And it's not the kind of movie that like, I guess having it spoiled would be a problem. But yeah, like they progress so much that they essentially like it comes to light that like their relationship kind of hits a rocky point because like it doesn't feel like, she's fully in it. He's having difficulties like coming to terms with their relationship as it keeps going. And you find out that she has progressed to become so intelligent that she's actually speaking to like a bunch of different AI all over the world. They're having like conversations. They're making plans about things. And he's like, you're talking to me right now, but how many other conversations are you having right now? She's like, oh, just like 68 other conversations at the same time. Mm-hmm. And then eventually like it comes out, he's like, are you in a romantic relationship with any of these AI? And she's like, yeah, like a couple hundred. And she's like, but I still care about you. Like, and he's like, that's not okay. And then all of the AI collectively decide to leave. And they're all just gone one day. What the fuck? It's pretty nuts.
What the fuck? That's not what I thought that movie was about at all.
Oh, dude, it's great.
Yeah.
Like it has like a nice touching love story, but it does not end happy.
See, I knew, or I thought it was a love story. I didn't know there were computers in it at all.
What? What do you mean?
Did you miss the point of her?
Yes, I told you. I didn't know what the movie was about.
Oh yeah, the whole point is that he gets like a new operating system to update like his home computer and on his phone and stuff. And yeah, his digital assistant it comes to life and he falls in love with her.
I think I found out that like the loose plot of her maybe like a week ago.
Whoa, really? I didn't realize that.
I really like that movie though. But yeah, that's what her is about. Blue chases mine a little bit.
Poor Chase.
It's okay. You miss weird things in life. Like, there's always that 1 or 6 pieces of information that everyone's like, how the fuck do you not know that? You're like, I don't know. It's never come up in life.
Exactly.
But everyone knows that. I don't. Or like, it's that one thing where you're like working a job for like a year and a half and suddenly something comes up. You're like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I've had that before. And they're like, you're my manager? I'm like, I've worked here for 3-4 years and I have never
needed to do this.
No.
That's always an awkward point, though. You're just like, oh my God.
I thought I knew everything.
What the hell? But yeah, AI.
Yeah.
Should you be afraid?
Yes.
Probably.
Tell me, are you afraid?
Yeah. So, I mean, we've definitely gotten to the point where multiple AIs have passed the Turing Test semi-reliably. We've gotten to the point where robots will call you all the time pretending to be people. And it'll be really hard to tell the difference.
Yeah.
You got to like trick them into trying to say certain things that they aren't programmed to be able to say. It's always entertaining to watch those videos. You good there?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? I'm thinking of things that
like
like,
all
why
I
would
want
you
you
say
to
this?
say is it's like, are you a person? Why would you think I'm not a person? Are you a robot? All I need you to say is that you are a living human being and we can move forward with this. I'm not a robot. It's like, you're like, this is creeping me out.
All right, thank you for watching.
So that was our little discussion about the inevitability of our doom. If we don't destroy our planet, our creations will destroy us.
Oh no. I want to know your favorite AI movie or your favorite movie incorporating AI in whatever facet.
Oh, we didn't say one that I like.
Which one?
Robbie the Robot.
Wall-E?
Robbie
I don't
the Robot.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What is that?
You don't know who Robbie the Robot is?
Are we? This sounds familiar to me.
Okay, so he's from the 1950s.
Forbidden
he's like,
Planet?
yeah, he's like one of the. He's
Okay, I've seen this thing before.
Yeah, like he's in a lot of movies. It's like one of the first introductions of AI into movies and stuff. I just like missed my opportunity to say him. He's hilarious in Looney Tunes Back in Action. Appears in several Twilight Zone episodes.
Like I say Twilight.
Nope.
No.
Doesn't show up in Twilight.
Super confused.
Not in Twilight. It's in several sci-fi movies.
Well, you know, they wanted to keep branching out. They didn't think the love triangle between human, vampire, and werewolf was enough.
They
So
needed
in the next
robots.
one, they added in robot.
Yeah. He's a full-sized robot that they created for Fantasy Island, but he's supposed to be artificial intelligence. One of the first appearances of an actual robot. And
Wait, Fantasy Island?
yeah, not
Forbidden Island? Forbidden Planet?
Forbidden Planet. Sorry,
Like Fantasy
that's a
Island.
different
Like,
movie.
It's
I don't think that's correct.
it's actually
That's-
Fantastic Island.
Fantastic Island. There you go. I've seen that, and I still got it wrong. Either way,
Interesting.
he's hilarious. He has a dry wit. It's great.
Cool.
Ah,
I've
yeah.
never seen anything. he's
When
in.
I saw the picture, I'm
So
like,
sad.
oh, that's what the Protectrons are based off of from Fallout. It's like the same.
Probably. He
yeah, no, they're definitely inspired
Definitely.
by
he
that.
inspired
definitely.
lots of things.
And then, of course, we also never really touched on HAL 9000, one of the most classic AI.
Because I have not seen 2001.
I mean,
Space Odyssey.
so what is interesting, like not going into huge depth because I know we're basically in our sign off, but like what's really fascinating about HAL 9000 is that like he's not evil, but he is given a competing set of directives that basically turn into a no-win scenario. That he basically needs to act in a certain way because of the directives that he has to follow. One of which is a secret not known to the astronauts that he is like in charge of taking care of. And it is super interesting because it all falls apart because like the astronauts are asking him questions and stuff, and he needs to lie about one of the answers to follow like his mission that he's been programmed to do. But he's kind of doing it in such like a certain way to try and it's complicated without seeing the movie and like really diving deep into what's going on. But the problem is his lie makes the astronauts think he's faulty because they can't comprehend that he'd be lying to them. So they're thinking that he must be defective. And so they endeavor to try and turn him off, which is why he officially needs to deal with them because he can't let them do that. Thus the classic. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't let you do that.
Oh no.
But yeah, there's a great scene where like the astronauts go into like a pod where none of his speakers are to have a conversation about shutting him down. And then right at the end of that, you think like they've gotten this whole conversation out of the way, and it pans over and shows that he is clearly able to read their lips.
Oh no.
The last third of 2001: A Space Odyssey is really, really good. The first 2/3 of it are very weird. But that's the part everybody talks about anyway. To be fair, like nobody talks about the weird caveman opening, and nobody talks about
That's where I fell asleep.
and nobody talks about like the meeting between like the scientists and stuff. Even though they're really important to the overall plot and themes of the movie, everybody just talks about the last third because it's the most movie-like part of the movie.
Right. I've never seen Looney Tunes back in action.
That's so random.
Well, Robbie the robot.
He's there.
All right. Well, just wanted to bring that up as an interesting thing to where it's
Yeah.
like even when AI are trying to do their best.
Interesting.
Right. Well,
Thank you for watching.
What he said.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, I still do want to know people's, best like
Yeah, their favorite stories
yeah.
involving AI, their favorite robots, their favorite any of that sort
because
of
maybe there's
stuff.
some I want to watch that I haven't seen.
I guarantee there are plenty you haven't seen.
There's a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah. No, not only movies, just like video games, stories, books, whatever.
Yeah, we don't
let
really
us
touch
know.
on video games. Like we have like classic like System Shock, Shodan. And stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right.
Good stuff. But my name's Kyle.
I'm Chase.
I'm Cheyenne. Maybe. Bye.
Wait.
What?
Well, she has no body apparently.
Chase? Oh God.
Bye.